Good evening, everybody. We are back for another night of VCS action, and we have a real banger, no joke this time, to bring to you. DBL taking on GAM. Once, as always, I am Everyday. With me is Yulwei. How are you tonight? Hyped?
Oh, I'm so hyped! Did you just see this shot there with zeros in the GAM clothing, and then there was a shot of him in the DBL clothing early on, PVB
Ooh,
still
little bit
then.
of shade.
So this is the first time he gets to play his old team, right? Because the first time they played each other was still Yoshino.
Yeah, with Yoshino.
So
Yeah.
this one is the real hype series, even though GAM has already beaten the DBL in the first series, which is a little bit anticlimactic coming into today. But just ignore that, because this
I mean,
still,
I actually think, despite the fact, despite the fact that GAM has beaten DBL once, the fact that it is now potentially a completely different top lane is actually ridiculously important.
yeah, for both
Obvious, like,
teams, interestingly.
exactly, that's the thing. Like, obviously, me and you, I know we actually rate Yoshino very, very highly. So I don't. I think in my opinion, Yoshino Zeros is a side grade. So I don't think Gum's top lane has gotten better. It's just different a little bit. But for DBL, bringing in Kaido, who is being hyped up as the Zeros Slayer, quote unquote, that's so hype, right?
Yep.
There's
Interestingly
so much
enough,
pride in the top lane.
if you look at the top lane for GAM, there are actually a few differences between Yoshino and Zeros playstyle wise. We rate both players highly, but they play
Yep.
quite differently. I think Zeros definitely is the better
Play style.
laner. If you look at the numbers, he gets bigger leads. He's a little better at going at it in the 1v1 and getting a 1v1 advantage in terms of CS. I think Yoshino is the better side laner, the better split pusher. He's a little bit
I
more
mean,
aware of the map. He's able to,
that makes sense though, right?
yeah,
Because Zeros is the solo queue hero. Like,
yeah, and he's
he's this
very, very
guy that
aggressive.
exactly, and I mean, I'm not saying he's the solo queue hero to be an insult or anything, but he is famous because he got challenger in Korea, all of that, like really impressive feats. So that reflects in his playstyle. So yeah, I think you're very, very correct that Yoshino and Zeros have pretty distinct playstyle differences, and I'm really keen to see how Zeros and Kaido go up because that's just going to be from minute one, balls to the wall, just going nuts up there.
But while this very long feature is still running, do you want to touch on the little story for the GAM coach today?
Okay, I think this is one of the most harsh things
Yeah.
I've ever heard. The VCS is brutal with punishments. Apparently, Gum's coach obviously had like a key card or a card or something that got him access to the venue. Pretty standard. And he lost it. Bit of a dick move, sure, but it happens. You lose things. Maybe he lost his wallet. He's now not allowed to on stage coach for 2 weeks.
Not quite sure on the 2 weeks part. We had some differing opinions on the Discord. Maybe it's
Well,
only,
even at all.
yeah, like it's
So
just a harsh
harsh.
punishment, a punishment for
I
one series even, or
I
like,
banning like punishing him at all is harsh. Like you'd
yeah.
think the league would just be like, all right, well you're a bit of a dickhead.
Oh no.
It costs $35 to replace. Oh no, they're not playing Rizo, are they?
They apparently
No,
are. So
DBL.
one
We need to
Ogam
look.
it is.
That can't be happening.
And
Yeah,
this is
that is
very
Rizo
surprising.
sitting down. That's just. I feel like that's just a mistake. Like how? What is? What could be the logic there?
They want to pick
Maybe they
Tristana
need the
again
synergy.
for his great Tristana skills in the top lane.
Okay, okay. I
What?
know you. Oh, whoa, whoa! Kiaya's not back.
Wait.
Whoa,
You
whoa,
know this is an
whoa, whoa.
important series, right?
Well, but this actually tells me that Kiaya must be sick or something.
Yeah. This now can't. Yeah. Then
Whoa,
Yoshino
whoa,
in for mid lane is a
whoa.
very weird choice. We saw this obviously against FTV, but it was against FTV, and
Yeah,
FTV is not
we
the most fearless
yeah. I
opponent.
mean, again, we have to base a lot of like, why is an XY player playing off of speculation? We can only guess. But I think we agreed that Yoshino coming out against FTV was just give him a go. Like, he's sitting on the bench. That's pretty depressing. So you may as well let him have a game. But to play him against GAM, sorry, he is on GAM. Playing him against DBL, if that's not because Kiaya can't play, that's insane.
Yeah, that's very strange, especially because they never tried this before, right? It was the new strategy coming into this week. I really don't know. I don't think it's
And I don't think Yoshino
because of
had a good
Kiaya's. No, Yoshino actually had a pretty bad series in the mid lane. We also heard
Yeah.
rumors they subbed him in just to give him MVP points, because he's very high on the standing. So they want to give him the season MVP. I mean, I can understand that against FTW, but against Dashing Buffaloes,
No, like this is like
don't.
MVP points don't actually matter. Like
Yeah.
it's nice to get MVP, but it's much better to go to Worlds. So I have to like I'm putting some faith in Gum's structure, and Kiaya has to just not be able to play. He must have a commitment with family, or he's sick or something.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, this
Let's
is
go with that
bonkers.
until we get further information. So, Yoshino
Yeah.
in. Interesting pick and ban phase already.
Yep,
Two bot
leaving
side
leaving Renekton open against Zeros. Are they not going to pick it? Oh, they should still pick the Renekton, I think. Zeros
Where
going
did the
Renekton
Morgana
against
come
Ryzo.
from?
This has to be Morgana Caitlyn, right? What else would you pick it that early for?
What's going on, Gum? What? Excuse me? What is this?
Um,
So
what's happening?
we're picking Morgana, Akali into Corki. I mean, Akali can beat Corki, especially at level 6. Guys, we are on line 14.
What?
I am very confused.
I mean, do you even think? Do you actually think that'll be a Kali mid? Was that your first instinct?
Yeah, especially because Renekton is open. I mean,
But it's not picked.
it's not
Like
picked. That's
maybe
right. That's right. But why would you not pick
which is
as
insane.
Renekton for Zeros? It's his most played champ.
Why would you not pick Renekton before you pick Morgana?
That's a good point. That's a good
I
point.
love Morg, but she's not that. Oh, were they bringing it? Let's just sit back.
There we go.
Can't speculate on the comps. Just sit back, let it roll in. Kiana locked in for Yoshino, wants to make up for last week. We flamed him a bit, so he needs to prove us wrong.
This week actually was on Thursday.
Oh, of course it was.
Yeah. A long time
the amount
ago
of
now, but yeah. So actually, his Kiana game was a little better in my opinion. His Silas game was weird, but his Kiana game he found a few very nice solo kills on the side lane. So
It's true.
yeah.
His lane wasn't great, but he came back pretty well.
And the coordination with Zeros for the team fights was nice to see. I think in that game Zeros played Camille, if I remember correctly, and they found teamfight engage after teamfight engage in the late game. Even though they were something like 5k gold behind, they still won the game. So
that's also a very interesting. That's an interesting pairing that we're spotting with synergy for.
Yeah.
Because they shouldn't have good synergy because they probably shouldn't be playing very many scrims together because they're both top laners. You can only play one at a time, right?
Even Tinikan is happy. I love looking at Gum. Gum is just always so happy.
Gum's always so positive on stage. It's so refreshing.
Yeah.
And then J4 and Aatrox are the next bans from Gum, just taking out. That's pretty much just tier list. Banning Varus against Gum. Yeah, Varus Morgana is a pretty good lane, but using bans against Gum's bot lane seems like a waste.
Yeah, but
Ban out Renekton. What is going on?
Yes, Renekton will not go picked or brand in this game, which is very surprising considering there's Zeros and there's Gum.
It could be picked for DBL.
Could be, but do we want to see Renekton on Razor into Levi's Akali? Ooh.
I mean, did we? All right. Alrighty.
why is Hugh not playing then? I mean, I
Yeah,
don't
you should
understand
have brought
GAM.
like
I don't
you
understand GAM.
should bring in Hugh, but maybe they've scrimmed it enough, so it's okay. Um,
Maybe she's just there to teach Zin all the mages.
yeah, maybe.
But I like the Heimerdinger. Obviously, it's one of my favorite champs, so like to see Heimerdinger. Weirdly enough, there's actually not too much AD so far in GAM's comp, so I really expect an AD jungler. And looking at Levi, he has only played Lee Sin as an AD jungler so far, so probably Lee Sin last pick here for GAM. On the other side, Buffaloes are still missing a top laner. Do they want to go triple ADC and go Trist here? I don't expect that to happen into
That'd be
Akali.
bold
No, that's not
against
great.
Akali and a Kiana.
Another Vlad.
Oh no, we get Razor's blood.
Yep.
That's what we want, right?
I mean, Razor's Vlad is one of his better champions in my opinion because he
Yeah,
does
it
not
is.
die. So, I mean, he can just scale. What a surprise. Lee Sin hover for Levi. That's what we expect here. A lot of pick potential, a lot of assassination, and very good
They're
wave
so
control
squishy.
with Heimerdinger. Very interesting
Look how
composition.
squishy they are, though.
I mean, it's 2019. Tanks don't exist. I
Yeah,
I
but
I
normally you
always
have
get triggered
bruises,
when I have to
right?
hear something like they don't have a tank, they can't do Baron. That's just not true anymore.
That's not true. But like, I sure they don't have a pure tank, whatever, but they don't even have a bruiser.
Yeah, that's true, but
Like,
they
who
still are
who
deceptively
even
tanky
builds a
because
defensive item?
they are
Are they?
tanky. Yeah, they're tanky because you can't
How slippery?
attack them. You
Yeah,
have the Shroud. The Shroud is a lot of zoning. While the Shroud is up, you can't really attack the Akali. Then you have the Heimerdinger control or zoning with the turrets. You can't really straight up attack him while his turrets are still there. So the team comp actually is more tanky than it looks. It's still a very squishy team comp. You're right. You're absolutely right with that analysis. But
they definitely don't want drawn out team fights. They want to just
no,
pick someone off and take her and then snowball an
yeah, I
advantage.
don't think they want to team fight at all. Actually,
Yeah.
this is a very good 1-3-1 comp, and yeah, I say that it's actually a 4-1 comp. A 4-1 comp with a roaming Yoshino pairing up with Levi and looking for picks with Kiana Leeson, while Heimerdinger just defends the waves and Akali looks for solo kills in the side lane. That's my first view on the comp. While on the other side, it's
Yeah.
just team fight scale, very standard from Dashing Buffalo.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing we do have to point out is that it's much easier to do DBL's game plan, right? There's a lot less, there's a lot more margin for error
It's
on the DBL
straightforward,
side. It's very straightforward. They don't have to make too many complicated mid-game decisions.
but it's also impossible to play against Gam's comp from behind. Like, if Gam
Oh
ever
yeah,
gets a lead in this game, Kiana can kill everyone on the enemy team. There's not a single champ that can even dream of living against the Kiana. Akali can do the same. Maybe not to Vladimir, but to everyone else. Lucian, Lux
yeah.
on the bot lane, very short range bot lane compared to others, especially with the Lux nerfs coming in at 914. She's not as strong anymore in lane. We're
I
missing a
don't
lot of
understand
her shield.
I don't understand the Lux pick. I don't know why
I've not seen enough
VCS is.
Lux on 914 to really judge her in laning phase. I would suspect she's very weaker in early trades because the shield
Uh,
pretty much lost a third of its value.
I love the walkie-talkie. Get a drink, please.
My favorite move in the VCS is when coaches very nervously try to hide their mic for some reason, or
Yeah, they
get the
like
mic
stop the
closer to
lip
the mouth.
reading.
It's
Yeah, it's almost like they don't want people to lip read, and it's like, look, guys, I understand, but it's the VCS. No one's gonna bother to lip read your strats.
maybe they
Like,
are, but I mean,
guys,
do
pick Galio on 914. We've got it.
yeah.
Thankfully,
Interesting
that
with
hasn't
pick and ban phase, especially for GAM. We always like GAM's pick and ban. We don't really understand why our
happened.
Razor is in. If you just joined us, we really expected a Razor to be starting, not starting anymore, Kaido to be the new top laner, new starting top laner, I should say, for DBL. But instead, they are going with Razor again. So let's see how I can deal with
It
the old
must
top
just be
laner for DBL.
Yeah, it must just be to do with lack of scrim time for Kaido, so he doesn't know. Maybe he doesn't have great synergy yet, but I think he's just better than not Yoshino, sorry, Raizo.
That would be
So
impressive.
you have to
That
say,
would be very impressive.
if it was better than Yoshino, bang! Like, why aren't you starting him? But I did mean Raizo.
Yeah. We've
Ugh.
seen one game from him. I think he looked okay. I mean, he looked like a rookie, but he looked like a strong, mechanically sound rookie, which is already
Yeah.
more than
He
Razor
also,
has looked like in the last 2 weeks.
yeah, and we said this when it happened. He had probably the hardest debut game ever, coming in, then having a 20-minute or like 25-minute tech pause where you look at your screen and you're about to die.
Yeah. Yeah, that
That
was
was
a very
rough.
hard situation to be in. They came back into the game after 30 minutes, and he immediately died because there was a jungler next to him.
Yeah,
By
like
the
I'm
way,
pretty sure the jungler was mid animation.
yeah, if you missed the series, go back and watch it. Maybe tomorrow, when no VCS is happening live, because that was an absolutely great series, probably the best series we've done so far.
That was our
Loki
best work.
against.
That was absolutely our best work.
And don't skip the pause. The pause is the highlight, by the way.
Exactly. That was where we had our most fun. We learnt so much. Oh man! But looking into the present, it is a slow start to the game, but it's only 2 minutes in, so not too surprising. Where do we think? What do we think about priority in these lanes? I feel like DBL is going to have priority pretty much entirely on the bot side, and
Yep.
yeah, I think that'll give Meliodas a lot of room.
Yeah, I think DBL has picked a lot of strong lanes. Razor obviously will fall behind early on. Vladimir is not really a champion early in the game. Can win some early matchups, but it's very seldom that we see Vladimir early on not struggle. So Razor will just sit back, collect every CS he can. Yoshino, on the other hand, on the Kiana and mid lane will struggle early on against Corki because he can't really trade. It's
Yeah,
as you can see,
he
Kiana is not a great laning champ actually. I really like what Xerxes on the in the LEC has done with jungle Kiana because she seems to be very strong in the jungle.
Yeah, I'd love to see some more jungle Kiana. Ooh, Slay getting poked onto there. Well done by Paulette and Big Coro, spotting a moment.
Yeah, and bot lane, if you're not familiar with the Heimerdinger, usually in the early few levels is actually very weak phase for Heimerdinger. His turrets are not tanky enough to really uh, stand up to the enemies. So yeah, Heimerdinger needs level 5, level 6 to really control the lane.
Ooh, speaking of which, Yoshino picks up a kill. We
Oh,
didn't see the start of that play, but it was just a Levi gank into first blood on your AD assassin.
and this is very bad for
We love it.
Null. Look at this.
Yeah, we love it.
No summoner spell available anymore. Kleptomancy is a very greedy rune. He needs to get value out of Kleptomancy. And
Mhm.
now he has to be very careful in lane against Kiana. Once Kiana hits 6, Cork is probably just dead now.
Yep, and immediately went back and bought a Negatron cloak. So that
So this
massively
happened.
mitigates Corky's damage. Just Yoshino and
Yeah,
Levi linked up.
very well done. Just
Very
the
well played out of both.
guaranteed route on the water Q from Kiana. Do you have any idea how the ability is called?
No.
I don't. I only know the old because the old has such a great name. But yeah,
Okay, I mean that's going to be in our next trivia section. Then I'll write that down.
it's something
uh,
something elemental, right? Something
yeah,
elemental, whatever. But yeah,
something like
the water Q obviously stunning the enemy or rooting the enemy, so enough time for Levi to react to get the Q in. Levi even flashed there. Yoshino still got the kill, so perfect distribution, resources, and kill went over to Yoshino, while Yoshino did not even have to invest his flash. So now we can actually try to lane a little bit more aggressively. Look for
that. I mean, yeah, and I
trades.
think Null is going to have to be so careful once the Supreme Display of Talent is available. I think he just dies unless he plays it really perfectly.
Yeah, he is in a lot of trouble. That's a lot of damage. We have seen time and time again, Kiana's burst damage is insane. She's a very interesting assassin because usually modern assassins on League of Legends, especially assassins who are able to be played in pro play, have very good laning as well. Look at Akali, look at Irelia if you want to counter as an assassin.
I mean,
She
even
does
someone
not
like
have the
Fred.
greatest laning phase and is still viable because of her teamfight ultimate and her 1v1 assassination potential, which is cool to see because we don't get to see
Oh,
real
here we go.
assassins.
Noel getting locked up here. What a Q out of Slay, and that's going to be a second kill in the mid lane. Levi takes this one. Oh no, Noel. Has the
Oh,
backbone of DBL already been cracked?
this is the substitute mid laner they are playing around. Nice strategy coming in from GAM. They have practiced this before.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. I mean, to be fair, they're used to playing with the top laner in the mid lane.
It's true. That's true. Not a whole
Uh,
lot of a difference from Kiana to Yoshino probably.
True.
That being said, Kiana has been an outstanding player, and we still don't really know why he's out. It's not like we want to blame him, and it's Yoshino coming in because Kiaya underperformed.
It, it
Definitely not the
couldn't like
case.
if they subbed Kiaya out for performance, then Garm is the most cutthroat people in the entire world. Yoshino sets up Levi going in. Is the burn going to be enough? And
Oh
it
my
is.
god.
Yoshino picks up another kill. Oh, Levi's in a lot of trouble though. He should be going down. So it's a 1-for-1 in the end, but a kill on a Kiana versus a kill on a Sejuani.
And
Oh
they
dear.
just dived Null at at minute 7 or prior to minute 7.
Yep,
That's
that they
unheard
did.
of in the mid lane. 2-0 Kiana now. 0-3 Corki on the other side. This is what you do against Corki, by the way. If you're sick of Corki as Azir meta, just don't pick Azir into him. Just go Assassin into Corki,
Kill
pressure
him.
mid lane, and kill him.
Yep. Blow up the plane.
There have been a few pro players who have talked about other teams not being willing to go the risk of taking an assassin into Corki. But apparently, Corki is very weak to assassins early on, and we can see a display of that in this game.
Yeah,
Yoshino is
absolutely.
grouped up
It,
with
it, it
Levi.
is a risk. It is a risk though, is because
Of
if you
course.
don't manage to, if you don't kill him early and your assassin just sort of goes even in lane, you just lose.
But
So
taking risks is 2019 League of Legends meta.
yeah,
You need to take risks.
exactly.
You can't rely on just sitting back and scale and handshake everything until the teamfight phase comes and then you just win the teamfights. That's just not 2019 meta in League of Legends anymore. And
Very, very.
most of the time, we see the team who goes for the risk be rewarded with a very strong early advantage. They still have to execute,
Yeah.
obviously, on closing out the game, but now almost 1.3k gold lead for GAM, might even be a little bit more. A lot of that.
Look at this build from Yoshino. Sorry to cut you off,
Nope,
but straight to the Hex Drinker. That's an interesting decision.
that's a little bit surprising.
Skipping the early lethality item.
I mean, it's very
Instead, he
strong
really
against the
wants
top side of DBL, right? We always want to
yeah.
see MR build early against triple AP top side. And there's only really
We forgot to
one
bring it. We
AD
forgot to
threat.
bring it up that it was triple AP topside. It's 4 AP champions in this game for DBL.
Yeah, so it's a very high value build. Maybe not the strongest in terms of assassination potential. I would have liked to see a serrated Dirk first, maybe, and then into Hex Drinker. But yeah, interesting adaptation. Not the usual Kiana builds. Way stronger in the 1v1 though, so now he's looking for
Yeah,
extended traits even against the Corki, which is normally not what you would expect from the Kiana, right?
I mean, look at the CS now. I mean, obviously you'd expect someone with 3 kills to be up in CS, but in this matchup, being even is being up because, as we've said a few times, Kiana can't really approach the wave against the Corki, but you can approach the wave if you're killing him. So
Yeah, and we just caught a glimpse of
very
gameplay in the mid lane, and you could clearly see this is not how this matchup normally goes. At the start of the game, we saw how this matchup plays out if nothing happens in lane. Kiana is constantly under turret, can't do anything, tries to collect as many CS as she can, but can't ever.
oh,
What?
Rezo's in trouble, but Zeros is taking way too much of the tower.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was a classic
Zeros.
Zeros. Oh my.
That's Zeros, boys. Highs and lows. Highs and lows.
What? Why was he there?
I'd love. We need to see a replay of the start of that because I don't know how he got there.
So, old top laner for DBL dying to the new top laner, so DBL found a good replacement. No, That's a kappa.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Rezo solo killed Zeros. Rezo is better than Zeros.
Yep,
That's how that works.
that's so. Uh,
Flawless logic. It's like wrestling. He has the title belt now.
I mean, maybe Zeros can take it back, but definitely a good start for Rezo, as he was put under a lot of
But
pressure. Interesting extension on the
how does
first
he get
hit.
under the tower? Oh, he screwed the ult.
That's a tilter.
That's not great. That's not what you want.
So
It was a
now
good
I'd
flash
like
out.
to see Levi go to the top lane because they got the flash out of Rezo. Rezo without ult does not have the greatest defensive tools. So just revisit top lane, try to go ult for ult on Zeros' side and get one kill back to the Akali because you need to get her ahead. She's supposed to win the
Yep.
1-1 in the side lane. Right now she's probably still winning, but not by a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Zeros was winning that 1v1 pretty heavily until he made a pretty big mistake. So he still wins.
Oh,
Meliodas is actually the one here first. If Zeros gets baited in here, but he doesn't, well done. Controlling that aggression.
something we don't see too often with Zeros, so
Yep.
nice to see him growing as a player. One of
Yep.
the biggest
And as
criticisms
we see there,
actually from Vietnamese fans at MSI was Zeros. I mean, Zeros' aggression is his trait, right? It's his specialty. No one is
hallmark.
as
Yeah.
aggressive as he is. But sometimes you have to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of thing that will take Zeros from being an incredible player in the VCS to just an incredible player, no conditions. Is
Full
if he
stop. Yeah.
can learn to temper his aggression. Like you don't want to kill it. No way do you want to kill it because it's part of what makes his game good. But you need to pick your moments.
Yeah, it's very fascinating just following these very aggressive players. Think back to Cap's first game on stage in the LEC or EU LCS at that time, solo killing the best mid laner in the league, Perks, on his first in his first day. But he died a lot in the first season as well, right? But now he's still super aggressive on some picks, but he also
Yeah,
goes back
I
to
mean
Azir
that's
and looks super good on Azir as well. So if you can grow,
and
you
I
can.
mean someone like Caps is actually a pretty good metaphor for someone like Zeros. And I'm not saying that Zeros is as good as Caps. That's a very high bar. But you know, there's the claps and craps meme for a reason,
Yeah,
right? That's sometimes how aggressive play works. And Slay has to use his flash there. He's caught up by every ultimate in the game, but gets away. But Sejuani ult for a flash and a heal, you take those.
absolutely. And I wanted to make a comment about Slade's build, but it was not important enough. And I'm a
All
support
right,
main, so
you've got
I
time.
notice a little bit more about supports probably. But yeah, I really like what Slay has done here. He went with the coin, which is an unusual choice for Morgana. But this is way better in this lane because they are probably pushed under turret most of the time, and no attention for Levi at all in the bot lane as always. So just go coin, scale into late game, and you can already see he has his quest completed while the enemy support has not. So he's far ahead. Coin usually kicks in at 8-9 minutes, so he's far ahead in terms of gold. I would like to see a gold total, but this is a great adaptation from Slay, and he can now just focus on building supportive items for the other players on his team.
Exactly, and I mean it's only a matter of time before he abandons Zin, much like the rest of Gum, and
True,
starts to
that's
roam.
true.
Poor guy. Like like actual compliment to Zin. It takes like a very confident player to be able to accept just being essentially the lost puppy of the team. Because if you have an ego that needs to be satiated, you'd just be too frustrated. So obviously Zin, confident enough in his abilities and humble enough to be like, yeah, I'm gonna look terrible, but I know I'm not,
Yeah,
and we
if
win.
he was a player
I
like
don't care
Zeros,
how we
like
get
Yoshino,
double.
like Levi, he would not fit the team actually. I read a lot of things on the Discord about yeah, GAM needs a better top bot laner. All the other lanes
No,
are so great, but I don't think so. I
I
really
agree.
don't think so.
I was very much on that side as well. I know the conversations on Discord. I mean, obviously, if you could get an absolute star ADC, I mean, you're not going to say no. But I think Zin's fine because Levi's only got so much time. There's only so much jungle proximity that can be given out. And the fact that he can essentially just say, my bot lane doesn't exist, but they don't feed, is great. It means he can snowball the mid and the top lane, just like he has this game.
Yeah, and it
Yoshino's in a great.
opens up the limited champion pools for the solo lanes as well. Not so much this game, as we see Zeros go for an AP champion actually, but usually we see both solo lanes go for AD champs. And then having a mage in the bot lane is great, right? Because damage profile problems in the late game are not a thing if you go for a mage in the bot lane. Mages are usually better at wave controlling anyway, so great choice. That's why I like the Hugh iteration of GAM, because I thought Hugh slotted perfectly into what GAM wanted to do. If Zin is just a better version of Hugh, then yeah, I'm fine with the Zin coming in.
Yeah, I mean, if we can start seeing Zin do what Hugh was doing and playing the safe mages, then sure, he could just be the best of both worlds. But I'm still on train, run both. Just flexing that depending on what you do. Zeros getting a good bit of damage onto Ryzo, definitely still winning this lane.
Interestingly enough, in a game between DBL and GAM, we've entered a lull state. Not something I was. Yeah.
Ooh, big Heim Tower comes out. Or turret, I should
Only
say.
5 kills at 17 minutes, but between two of the bloodiest teams in the VCS. That's very surprising.
Yeah, it's very
Probably
impressive.
favoring DBL though, even though they are still behind in gold, but they have the more traditional comp. We talked about their comp being easier to execute in the late game, so I think they are probably very, very happy with how the game has played out. Only 1 kill down.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Eventually, they need to get to a point where the power spike of Yoshino levels out a little bit. He's not as far ahead. The slowing down of the game definitely serves DBL well. So I'd like to see Levi trying to set something up, but sadly for GAM, there hasn't really been a big objective to try and attract a little bit of attention over. It's just been 2 Cloud Drakes, which they got. So
it's still good for GAM to secure the early objectives. Usually not a dragon-focused team, obviously, because they play around top lane, or on top side at least. But they've secured both the dragons.
My point was more that DBL was never going to contest them.
Yeah, that's
so you couldn't get
true.
Kills. Like you get the Cloud Drake, yeah, that's nice, but you kind of want to, have a 3v3 skirmish around the dragon and get the dragon and 2 kills. So,
and looking at the comp for GAM,
situation.
Actually, with the Mountain Drake coming in, there's a big potential for late game one-player sneaks on the Elder Dragon, especially with Heimerdinger in your composition. Get one in Mountain Drake, and you can absolutely solo the Elder Dragon later on in the game. 2 Mountain Drakes, and you might even threaten to solo Baron, actually. Heimerdinger is insanely good at taking Dragon and Baron.
And it looks hilarious when he does it as well.
He just dances around his turrets kill the objective. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. It's one of the best feelings in League when you're playing Heimerdinger just because you're having some fun. The enemy jungler ganks you, and you just Zonya's in that sweet spot right in the middle of your 3 turrets.
Yep.
Just watch them
die.
They just fall over. Don't gank Heimerdingers. At least not in the mid lane.
There's some opportunities to gank Heimerdinger, but most of the time it's not a great idea. This Heimerdinger has actually fallen behind quite significantly in the bot lane.
Yeah, but 50 CS is a lot. It was 30 earlier when I looked, and that wasn't too bad. But the extension of it by another 20, definitely not what we want to be seeing.
And GAM really needs to get going in the mid game here. They need to use their 2 kills on the accelerated assassin in the mid lane to get more kills. They really need to further their advantage, because right now
we should be seeing a setup to kill Razor. It should be a 3-man on Razor, surely.
Or just completely ignore Razor, because he's annoying to kill, and try to kill Corki, try to kill Sejuani in the jungle. You have Supreme Display of Talent. That should be a good tool to... Ooh.
Oh, that was slick out of Big Coro. Stopping Paulette coming in, slowing them down. Here comes Slay. He should have a binding if he wants it, but chooses not to.
Wow, and GAM, Yoshino is really trained on this very interesting champion. Kiana, he knows his windows to kill the enemy. And Biko had to flash away, because he was under a lot of danger there. almost one-shot potential for Yoshino with Flash and Ignite still available as well. I think Yoshino could have probably turned around the engage on Bikoro and just killed him straight up. So good read from Bikoro to flash away.
Yep, and this will be the first tower of the game going down in the mid lane in the favor of GAM. Up in the top lane, and Zeros redeems himself, takes back the belt.
Yep.
He is the real American, and he claims that one. Ooh, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the best reaction we can have to that one.
I mean, Palette wasn't wrong to flash, but it's just funny because Levi missed.
It would have been even funnier if he flashed into the queue.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling when you flash into something someone missed. Oh man. Now with the Mountain Drake up, 4 people on the bot side for GAM. We should see that objective going down pretty soon.
Yeah, there will be no contest.
As you pointed out, it's very important.
There will be absolutely no contest for DBL, as Meliodas is not even in the close vicinity. So now, actually, with the Mountain Drake and Heimerdinger on level 12, very, very good opportunity to pick up the Baron if you get 1 or 2 kills. Very easy, very quick Baron.
DBL has answered back with a tower in the top lane. Actually gets them ahead in towers. Only 500 gold down now. So
yeah, I did not catch when they killed the bot lane turret.
I missed that as well. I think
off
it was
screen, I guess. So yep.
Yeah. But still, there is still standing gold for GAM to collect as well. That top lane tower is very low. The bot lane shouldn't be too difficult to pressure down if they want it.
And look at the gold
I think they'll play around top
supports. That's the difference between support items. What I was alluding to earlier, it's 700 and only 1 assist to slay, so that's around 100 gold, because it was a shared assist in the mid lane. Maybe even not even 100 gold. 7 to 4 CS, so the gold lead is purely stemming from the support item choice. Very good adaptations from Slay, and once again have to praise him for this, because not a whole lot of supports in pro play actually go for a different support item choice, and most of them go autopilot. Just it's Morgana, I have to go blue.
Slay. Levi, you've got to find a way over the wall here. Oh, he gets caught out. Oh no, manages to get 2 ults and just W's over the wall there. Held his flash, held his nerve.
Why is he so tanky?
He's got a Hex Drinker and a Phage.
Yeah, he actually was way more sturdy than I thought. I thought
I thought he was donezo. But no, with a Hex Drinker and a Phage against a team that basically doesn't do AD damage.
Oh no, I just spotted Biko's item build. Oh my god. DBL does not want to win this game.
What are you doing? Why are you itemizing against the Akali instead of just the Kiana?
And
look
you should just go full damage.
Look at Null.
Yeah, there's no damage in the team right now. There's no teamfight damage for DBL. It's not a great item build. Vladimir is not strong enough yet, so yep, no damage for DBL. Right now, teamfights will go in GAM's favor. We already saw Levi being way too tanky for them to take down. So weird choice for Bikoro. Usually, I like Bikoro's item builds. I think he's usually on top of the game when it comes to itemization. But
this more just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, this delays his late game power spike a lot. Let's see if he wants, if he still wants to go for crit, or if he goes for the old Lucian build, which would be even worse, because then they don't have any late game AD.
This is a really dangerous place to fight if DBL goes in. Like, you don't want to fight in that little hole against a Kiana. Like, you're all gonna get rocked. Meliodas gets caught, does get kicked back finally. Yoshino tries to take him down, hits him with the binding, uses the supreme display of talent to lock him up. This is a tanky boar, but she finally goes down.
Yeah, it's sad to see for DBL.
Oh, Yoshino on the flank though. Here we go. Can he find anything? He's getting absolutely shredded. He's going to hide in his stealth and flash out the wall, but he does get crit and goes down. But it might be all right. Rezo's in the front line. Nor low. Zeros doing well. Zeros can solo this out. He's got 2. Can he find a third? No, he gets out of there. Big Koro dashes forward like an absolute madman. His brain is gone snap, but he's doing so well here. Look at this kiting. It's like he's playing TFT.
No.
Oh, he
My
dashes
TFT
in.
illusions are only going forwards, but he might
My
still be dead.
my TFT Lucians dash around like absolute pros. But it is in an ace. It is an ace in the end. Big Coro did his absolute best.
It was a very
But
interesting fight, but as we said before the fight happened, there's no damage on DBL's side, and even though GAM focused the worst possible target and invested everything in killing the Sejuani, there was nothing to fight back that could fight back for DBL's side. Look at this one again. They even used the Heimerdinger ult, so there's no Heimerdinger ult available. Look at this. So first Heimerdinger
he takes
ult,
so
Lee Sin ult, Morgana ult, all now Kiana ult invested as well. No ults available anymore for GAM, and they still win the ensuing team fight. Very good binding from
Yep.
Slay. Follow up from Levi, and now look at Yoshino buying a lot of time for his team. He was actually very close to escaping using the stealth Q, but then Biko gets the snap kill on the other side. Zeros finally arrives. Very nice flash, and now look at Zeros dancing around the fight. Very nice E usage to get out of there. Now Biko sees his moment because he has a lot of MR, so no one really deals damage to him here. As you can clearly see, he does not take any damage, and very good kiting as well.
Yeah, and I mean he did about as well as he could ask, but God, Slay had a good fight.
Wow, Slay hit
Slay had
two very
such a good fight.
crucial Qs.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh,
in goes
Heimerdinger
Levi
ult.
doing such a big. That was an absolutely massive kick, and the Heimerdinger ult. Null is gonna go down any moment now, but Raizo, Meliodas could be able to reinforce him. Zin is here, throws a turret over the wall, gives them vision as well as a few little dinks of damage. Can they find anything more? They've already got two. The bot lane is dead. Down goes Raizo. Down goes Null.
Well, I love watching GAM.
GAM is here.
GAM is so proactive. It's so refreshing to see after we had FTV against Cerberus yesterday. That was a snooze fest. But yeah, constantly looking for kills, using your very strong assassins around to fight around where you're strongest, which is in the enemy jungle. That was a well executed fight. Nicely done on Zin's side, nicely done on Levi's side, and then Yoshino came in with a very good Kiana performance. Kiana can be very fast and very slippery as well. Usually she's not quite on the level of Akali, but there
You
she
think
danced
that bush,
around
that bush
perfectly.
cue that it's pretty tough to lock her down when she's constantly ducking into stealth every few seconds.
And this is not looking close, by the way.
No, this is an absolute blasting. I feel like you need to bring in Kaido. I don't think Raizo's been particularly bad. I mean, he just hasn't had a huge amount of impact because he's on Vladimir. And he hasn't had a chance to power up. Null has been absolutely found out. He's been absolutely exploited this game.
And
I don't think DBL even really has a chance to come back into this.
No,
What
they
are you
don't
doing,
have the
game
damage.
two?
They just don't have the damage.
That
Maybe if the
Heimerdinger
game
E was
extends for no
absolutely
reason. Wow, what a great fight. The start was already very well done. And then Zeros and Levi on top of Null. Razor is actually here and buys a lot of time, but now focus your eyes on Yoshino, using the path no one expects on DBL's side. And here he comes. Blup. Ult catches out Null as well, immediately dies to the stone Q. By the way, I think Null is one of the biggest reasons why DBL has been falling down in the standings. We praised him as our best mid laner for the first 3-4 weeks, and then he actually underperformed quite heavily. And once again, 0-5 in this game. To be fair to him, he was focused a lot in the early game.
But you can adapt to that. Like 0-5 is pretty bad. Not entirely his fault. Like maybe Meliodas should have helped out, but still, you can't completely absolve him. And I agree. I think one of the big reasons that DBL has fallen off in the second half of this split has been that their two solo lanes have gone from being potentially two of the best solo lanes in the league to two of the worst. Well, Null's not one of the worst, but Razor is absolutely one of the worst.
It's really very interesting looking at the whole season because in the first 2 weeks, actually, the bot lane for DBL heavily underperformed. I was very surprised to see them struggling against all the other bot lanes. And now the bot lane for DBL definitely is their strongest point. They have looked very, very good, especially on something like Caitlyn. Biko had great Caitlyn games. Palette, very creative on his picks. But the rest of DBL has fallen down. I think Meliodas is still probably the same. He's still the ganking jungler, not the greatest pathing jungler. We saw him on Karthus. That was not a great side. But he's playing up against Levi, the best jungler in the region, by far, I think, by now. So.
Yeah, it's not even close. Levi is just, he's a class above.
Look
I
at
mean,
Razor. He has no game impact.
he just doesn't do anything. This is a Vladimir on a team that's 10k down. Like he doesn't. We've been critical of Rezo, but this one's barely even his fault. Like
I am
it's not
not
his
a
fault.
Vladimir fan overall. I think
I
Vladimir
yeah,
is
I
not a
mean I
great
don't like.
champ right now.
I agree with that, but I don't fully blame Rezo
No,
because in
definitely
the
not
end,
Razor. Razor actually played a
like
fine game.
yeah, but like even with the Vladimir pick, like that's not necessarily Rezo's. I'm sure he has input, but in the end, a coach can just say no, you're not picking Vladimir, which is what a coach should be doing. Um,
I still
so
don't understand why you would play Razor in the first place.
I don't either. If Kaido doesn't come in for game two, DBL deserves to get to it. You have to put him in. You have to have someone that can sit there and not just let Zeros walk over him and say, "Look, mate, if you're going to try and walk over me, it's going to be like stepping on a Lego. Bad time."
Yep. I mean, right now it looks like this might not be the hype series we anticipated coming in today. I mean, we
I mean,
both
it's hard
probably
if you're a Gum
favored GAM, right? And the gameplay is nice. It's nice to see GAM playing to their strength, looking for fights, being able to find the fights as well. So it's still a nice game to watch, definitely, but it's not too close right now. It's actually a pretty big stomp.
Oh, it's absolutely a stop. Like Gum is working well, perfectly. Uh, we're seeing why Levi functions so well with aggressive lanes. His
Zeros.
lead looks. Look at
Zeros!
Zeros. Zeros is almost
Calm
just going in as a
down.
warning.
What was
He's just
that?
going in as a warning. He's just coming in to say like I'm not scared of you. There was no kill potential there, but he's just going in using his ult and just saying, "Yeah, I don't care. I'll waste my ult just to come say hi."
That was such a Zeros move. If he died, that would have been the like Zeros in short. Oh
Yeah.
my.
I mean, that would have been the most Zeros play ever if he
Yeah.
died. But it's still a pretty Zeros play that he did it at all.
Very fun to see.
Yeah, he's just having a bit of fun. I think when you're this far up, like you may as well have a little bit of fun because it ups your mental, right? You've still got to play another game. Razor's trying to go in here, does hit an ult onto a few of them, goes into the puddle, should get healed up, but it might not be enough. There goes the Supreme to play his talent across the entire map. Down is 2. Can they find anything more? Can they find the end of the game? Yoshino charging forward, has a GA, so he's pretty confident. Nor
Vladimir,
can you find
ladies and
anything
gentlemen,
back?
greatest champ in the game. Yeah, the game is just
Yeah,
over.
not quite.
Not a whole lot to
This game is
say.
literally over. They're just going to get caught out here. In goes Levi. In goes Zeros. Yoshino goes into the GA. He's sad because he can't buff his KDA. They're going to wait to try and get clean up Meliodas. In goes Zeros. He wants it.
Oh, he's dead.
Can he get it on the way out? Nope, he's just going to die. Fountain Laser is pretty OP. But Gum winning game 1 in an absolute emphatic fashion.
Yeah, what a great game to watch. There was about 10 minutes where GAM was still figuring out what they wanted to do. They waited for a few items, for a few levels on Lee Sin, on Kiana. Zeros needed to get back into the game after messing up his first solo kill attempt in the top lane, but then they found fight after fight, great execution. This is why I like to watch GAM. They are the only team who, in VCS at least, try to challenge conventional team fighting. They don't go for a front line. They just come from all angles. They go for assassin compositions that just thrive in the jungle. Obviously, with the Kiana, supreme display of talent there.
Yeah, I mean, this time it definitely looked like a supreme display of talent. This
Yeah,
was
Yoshino looked way better this series, which is very surprising considering he played against Null and he played
yeah.
against Victory before, which is should be a big difference in favor of Null. But this time it looked like in favor of Yoshino. Maybe practice this Kiana a little bit more.
Yeah, it looks like that. Looks that way. What can DBL do in game 2?
Sub and Kaido is the first step. And
That's
then
one step.
Null has to play a better game. I think even if they can sub and Kaido, Razor was okay in the first game, so
Yeah,
can't blame it on him.
Can Rezo play Vlad mid?
Maybe. Yeah, or Tristana mid. Tristana mid, by the way, is
Yeah,
way
or
better than
Tristana
Tristana
mid.
on top.
Yeah, just keep Rezo in and bench Null. No, that's almost certainly not going to be the case. But I definitely
I
think they
also
need to bring
think
in.
the bot lane picks were not great. I think they have to that they
Why are they?
think about their pick and ban. What was the Lux
Yeah,
pick? Lux did
the
absolutely
Lux didn't
nothing.
make it. The Lux made no sense, and it was picked into Morgana.
Yeah, very strange. I think
Just
they have
insane.
to pick a stronger, proactive bot lane, play around bot. That's how you beat GAM, probably. We don't actually know. GAM has not lost too many games. The
Yeah.
game against Flash they lost, or the series against Flash they lost, was very back and forth. They actually played around Slater there, and Slater went 18-2 on Draven. So I think it's probably the right call to attack GAM on the bot lane. Maybe try to counter pick and look for a good lane matchup into Xin.
Yep.
No,
That
no
can be
team has
hard
been
if you
able to
just
beat
pick.
GAM with anything else, right? So it's the only
Yeah.
strategy we know that can beat GAM. I'd like to see that for Bicoro and Palette as well.
I mean, I think so, but we have to find out what it'll be in a. Oh, sorry. Before we go, we have to pick an MVP.
It's hard. It's
Yeah,
hard.
it really is. I'm leaning towards Levi actually. I
I'd
think
like
he
to
was
give it to
instrumental in setting up.
Slay.
Yeah, Slay was my other person I was thinking of. He hit some
Levi had a
absolute.
great game as well.
Yeah.
Yoshino was good on the Kiana. I
Okay.
don't think quite MVP worthy. He was set up a lot by his team.
Well, exactly. Like he had a ridiculous performance, but he was set up by Levi, which is why I'm leaning towards Levi. I'm not 100% though.
Hmm. Really like to give it to Slay, but I think Levi probably had the bigger game impact, so I'm fine with giving it over to Levi. But a big
Yep.
shout out to Slay. I hope we can give him the MVP
Yeah.
in the second game because he deserves more MVPs. He's an
It's a bit of
outstanding
a
support
tragedy.
player.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit of a tragedy that we can't give two MVPs, but
And shout out to everyone on GAM's team in the first game. I think everyone performed up to standards. Everyone had a great game. Maybe Zeros was a little bit overzealous again, but that's Zeros for
yeah,
you.
but yeah, he made one mistake in the top lane where he did get solo killed from it, but and then he had that troll play near the end, but that didn't matter.
No, that did not do anything. And we'll be back in 5 minutes to see if GAM can close out the series or if they're still live in DBL, because this is an
Maybe.
important series for them. If they lose this one,
Absolutely.
they're pretty much out of first and second contention for playoff seeding. So they need to win this one, get a little bit of distance towards EVOS as well. They could still fall out of players. So important
Yep.
series for DBL. Let's see what happens. Welcome back to Game 2. We're in for a very interesting series. Maybe not in terms of results, if it continues to play out like it did in Game 1, but at least the gameplay is very enjoyable to watch. And the big question coming into Game 2 is, will we see Kaido? I don't think so.
I'd be very upset if we didn't.
I always try to get a sneak view.
Yeah, I know where Rizo would be sitting, but unfortunately, the caster on the left, whose name I don't know, unfortunately, needs
You
to
could
do a
not
little bit of a
pronounce the
shift.
caster name anyway, so.
Let's be totally real. I so couldn't.
And we
uh,
aligned with the official broadcast here. Levi gets the MVP. Great Lee Sin performance. His only
yep,
80 jungler, and he's still good on it, so nicely done.
yeah. And I mean, I think we might. I think our logic made sense. He enabled the snowball, but I think Slay was also fantastic. So let's see if anything changes in game 2. Are we going in for an honestly underwhelming series? Ooh, someone's leaving the stage. What do you want to say?
You think it's underwhelming? I think it's still very enjoyable. I
Oh yeah, but
actually did not
it's
come in
enjoyable.
today with thinking DBL would have a big chance against GAM. I have to be
No,
honest.
but I thought they showed signs of life.
Yeah. I mean, there was like 10 minutes of the game where they actually hold back GAM's aggression between 7 and 17 minutes, I'd say. Maybe even a little bit longer. Then GAM once again found the picks. It started with the Sejuani pick into Baron and the fight into Baron. And then, yeah, they won another fight in the bot lane. Bot side. Oh!
What?
Yay,
He's
Kiara's
here.
here.
Why was he not playing game
Yeah,
1?
they really wanted to give him the MVP points, but 3 games, not a single MVP for Yoshino. So you're out again. Get us Kiaya, get us Aatrox mid lane action. We want to see the best mid laner in the league. Probably.
Like, if Ki is available, why wasn't he in?
Yeah, it's really
Yoshino
just
had
for
a good.
MVP points. It's like Gum
That's
is
so
trolling
dumb.
VCS. Gum is trolling
That's
VCS.
so dumb if that's what they're actually doing and just being like, oh, we want Yoshino to get MVP. Who cares?
I mean, they get a little bit of money, right? In the Asian leagues, there's always a extra sponsor for the MVP points, and
Is
they
there?
usually get a
What?
little bit of a money, like how it's called, prem something. So extra money for
What?
winning the MVP.
Yeah. I'm not sure what word you were going for. I'd help you out, but um, oh man, this is so strange that Kiaya was available this whole time, but they just chose not to play him. But whatever, he's in for this one, and Reizo's still in as well.
Who knows why?
Kaido, Kaido is available.
And by the way,
Could
this is
play, but
dangerous for Buffaloes. This is really dangerous. They are 7-4. If they lose this one, which looks very likely, they are 7-5. Only one series ahead of EVOS. To be fair to them, they have the 2-0 head-to-head. So they would
yeah,
need to lose both series next week and EVOS to win both series next week. But that's definitely possible, right? EVOS has looked quite good against Loki yesterday. So DBL needs to get their shit together here in the VCS for the last week.
yeah. I mean, like they are favored to still come out on top, but it's hard. Like like the fact that DBL has dropped off this hard. Why are you risking? I mean, they're obviously not doing it on purpose, but the fact that they're even running the risk to not making playoffs is just so silly. They should just be able to do it.
And it's very weird how the whole season for Dashing Buffaloes has played out, no? Razor came in as a not top laner rookie for them, and they stomped everyone, go up 4-0 with Razor looking great, and then he fell off. That's a very weird path for a top laner, right? Because usually you'd expect the new top laner for the team who's played with a star top laner to slowly get better, slowly adjust to the style, but the exact opposite has happened for Dashing Buffaloes.
And that's a first pick Lux.
Yeah, get me out. Why? Yumi is not open, by the way, but what? What?
Why? What? What? What?
Okay. Pick
Whoa,
advance
okay.
is happening. Something weird. Brain machines are turned off again. That's the only thing I can
Is
think of.
is this just a pocket strat?
I mean, Gum, it might be that Gum might once again wants to play Lux ADC, because they've done that before, right? Hugh has played 2 games of Lux ADC, and Lux ADC is actually not bad on this patch.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's true.
if you
Um,
see Aatrox Renekton here, I think it's Lux ADC.
maybe.
Hyaya
I think that's
Aatrox mid
actually
and
pretty
Renekton
likely.
Zero's top.
Yeah, I think that's quite likely. What do we think about this Talia though? We haven't commented on it. That's a Talia.
I don't want to comment on it until I see which role it goes to. Could go anywhere right now.
Yeah. Ooh, Caitlyn.
So this is Lux support then, or even Lux mid lane for Kiaya, which I don't expect. So Lux and Caitlyn bot lane, obviously very strong on 913. Still has a lot of the same Harris potential in lane, not the strong trading with Lux shield anymore. Probably one of the few lanes where you can still play Lux support.
Mhm.
Wait.
Avengers bot lane, boys. Let's go. It's
But
Avengers bot. Wait, it can't be. What?
yeah,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
right.
Whoa, there's a Callista though. What is happening?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I was frightened by the same thing. What is going on?
That's so.
Solo lane
It's
Kalista
Pantheon. No, it's solo lane Talia.
and
Because it's
Pantheon
paired to
support.
Kalista.
Yeah,
That makes
Palette
sense. That
Palette has
actually
played
makes sense.
Pantheon before. We should not be surprised by this, by the way.
Well, I think we should be surprised by it, but not completely.
And
It's
his
bold as all
and they
hell.
paired the
But
Pantheon with Xin Zhao. I want to see Xin Zhao banned for Gum.
yeah, that'd be good. I mean, the thing with this is that I don't think the Pantheon last time he played it had a Callista. And I see in chat someone else making the mistake I made and saying Avengers bot. If it's Avengers bot, where's Callista going?
Yeah,
Because
right.
she's not part of that.
Kalista
It's
can't go
definitely
anywhere
not.
else.
She can't solo lane. Although she doesn't have a passive.
Maybe she can
Um,
top lane. I'm not sure.
and what? And not get her 2 auto passive? That'd be really
Yeah,
harsh.
but I mean, Kalista was played a little bit in All Stars a few years back in the 1-1 tournament. So it's definitely possible to lane 1v1 on the Kalista. I don't really understand why you would ever try that, if Tristana's open especially.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you want to do that, just play Tristana. But no, I think this has to be Talia mid.
Yeah, I think so too. Maybe it's Talia jungle even. Don't expect
Can
that from
she
Meliodas though. I don't think that would fit his
jungle
playstyle. Sorry, come
anymore?
again?
This is I can she even jungle anymore? Like how fast? How her
Yeah,
clear seems like
she
it's pretty
definitely can
terrible.
still jungle.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I mean,
Um.
she's better mid lane right now. I'd say she's overall not a great champion right now, so it's very surprising to see her.
It's
Ooh.
a bit ridiculous, and we could have another Kiana game.
But this Kiaya on Kiana, that's a little bit of a tongue twister.
Kiaya playing a mid laner.
It's AD, so
It's AD, but it's
it's
still a
okay.
mid laner.
Yeah, it's a mid
That
laner,
means
that's true.
he doesn't. He won't be getting the Aatrox. What? Aatrox jungle? Oh, Kiana jungle.
Ooh.
Kiana jungle.
Oh yeah, get me Kiana jungle. Oh, I'm so hyped for Kiana
Hell
jungle.
yeah! Sign me up for this. What is happening in this champion select? This is
A lot.
great.
A lot.
I'm
Definitely a
so
lot.
into this.
So I usually don't
You
like
can't
canon
pick
picks.
right. You can't pick right
Wait,
here,
what?
surely. Wait, this has to be
Talia jungle
Talia
then.
jungle, man.
Yeah.
This is Talia jungle.
How do we feel about Talia jungle in this composition?
How do we feel about Talia jungle in 914? Just end the sentence. What is going
I
on?
don't think Talia jungle is that bad, especially with Renekton top. But into
but
canon,
look
that's
what's
very
open.
strange.
But like, there were no jungle pool bans when it got picked.
Yeah.
You could have literally picked any jungler in
And
the
it really
game.
does not fit Meliodas' playstyle. I mean, it's a ganking jungler, so at least that's there. But He's good on the very straightforward champs. He's very good on J4. Has picked it 10 times this season already. Most picked champ for any player in the league is the J4 for Meliodas. Very surprising to see him on an AP kind of unconventional jungler who's very jungle focused, very jungle carry focused approach for Dashing Buffalo. We have not seen that before. We have seen it for one game, Karthus, and it looked horrible. So Rice
What
Cannon
is
top lane
happening?
matchup.
But like, how does this bot lane work? Like, it's still Pantheon into Caitlyn. Like, how does he ever get on top of the Caitlyn?
Yeah, it's not easy. Caitlyn can. Pantheon should not be that bad against Caitlyn actually, with the passive blocking her headshot. Might
But
actually
like,
be a good trading opportunity for the Pantheon to jump on her whenever his passive is available. Even if she traps him, she can probably not trade into his passive. So
but like, surely every time you see him walking towards you with the shield up, you just auto attack him once to break the passive, and if he keeps coming, just press E. Like, I'm pretty sure her attack range is almost bigger than the Pantheon W.
yep,
Zeros is caught out at level 1, slowed down. In comes the Talia with the surfboard. Well, he gets away in the end.
great Talia skin by the way.
Yep. She doesn't have that many skins, sadly. I think you could do a lot with her.
Yeah, I think that they don't really design too many skins for Talia because you have to design everything, right? There's a lot you have to change for the skin, so it's very annoying to make a skin for Talia.
Ooh, Paulette taking a lot of damage. Not a good start for this Pantheon. I also think it's because she's not played
Yeah,
much.
she's not.
Riot,
Which is
Riot
sad
likes
because she's great.
Yeah.
She's a lot of fun to play. Not that easy though.
No, not at all. She's actually quite tricky, which is good. Tricky champions.
So what are we looking?
Never
Oh
played her.
God, Zeros, why are you here? What are you doing bot lane?
What is Zeros doing bot lane? There's the binding. Big Coro caught a little bit, but Levi's taken so much damage already. It's going to make it pretty hard for him to clear his jungle. Why are the top lane? Why is Zeros here?
Wait, Kiaya's. Ooh.
What is happening?
Wait, Gamma's lost so much time right now.
Yeah, GAM lost this hard.
That is surprising. Yeah, Kiana level 1 is not that useful. You need level 2 to activate your WQ. Obviously, that's 2 abilities, so you need 2 levels. On level 1, Kiana cannot really do a whole lot, so... Wow, we actually see Zeros going mid lane to punish the Renekton. That was initially picked as the counter matchup. So, interesting adaptation. Kiaya back to his initial role, actually, in top lane. He has not played top lane for a while, but he's played top lane champs, so he should be fine.
Yeah, and I mean, this is an interesting start to the game, to say the least. Zeros has to flash away immediately.
It was
Null
a level
moved in.
1 flash Renekton engage.
Levi can't clear his jungle.
Oh my
That's
God.
what the damage early did.
Oh, what a game. We're already in for a banger. What is going on?
How did DBL have the nerves to pick this? They've just lost game 1 in what is an important series, and they go, oh yeah, Talia Pantheon. Why not?
And not in one lane, by the way.
No, not together, because that's a thing.
Yeah, Pantheon just got hard stomped in bot lane, so I think your analysis of the bot lane matchup was probably correct. Not great for the Pantheon.
I mean, I'm all I can think of with that situation with the Krug and Levi was the "you dare approach me, I can't kick your ass without approaching you." So Krug just walks across the lane.
Oh man, poor Levi. He's still up in CS for some reason. What is Meliodas done?
I mean, he ganked, right? He got a flash.
Yeah.
And now he's standing still next to his Raptor King.
I mean, he traded Flash for Flash. Oh, they want to invest another Flash into killing Zeros. Should be
Yep,
enough.
and they're not going to be able to because no one gets on top of him. Zeros just... No, why did he stop? Why did you stop?
Yeah, that was a Pantheon disrespect if I've ever seen one. What was that? Zeros, please. You should know you'd
Just
die
keep
there.
walking. You were gone.
Yeah, and
Why did
oh
you
god,
stop?
oh god,
Oh.
oh
He comes
god,
back in with the TP and he's just going to die
oh
again.
god.
From hero to zero. What has happened? Ryzo up in the top lane could also lose his life. Kiaya, no, he gets rune prisoned up, so he should be okay.
Oh man, Zeros, what was that? Bring back Yoshino, bring back Yoshino.
I fully agree with that sentiment. Because what the hell was that? Oh
And
no.
Arturo for Meliodas. He got both kills, which is a little bit unlucky. You would like to see one kill at least going to Gnaw.
Yeah, that's true, but still, I mean, it does get the Talia a little bit accelerated towards the ult and some item timing. So,
Yep.
or
Talia,
I'm not
very
complaining
strong
too much.
burst jungler. You can definitely look
Yep,
for picks. She's not that great in teamfights anymore. She's very,
that's
very
true.
strong around picks in the mid game. Has a lot of
Levi
damage.
looking, Levi looking for a play up here. Even smites the minion to speed it up. Ryzo is absolutely dead. Why did
But
he even
Levi is dead
flash?
as well.
And Levi dies as well.
Yeah, this one was nicely done by Varizo. The flash was to avoid the Q execute damage from Levi. That actually forced Levi to die to the turret, so nicely done.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. And Meliodas not doing too well there. Throw another rock, but Kiaya manages to just stay safe.
Yeah, just ignored him.
Yeah, he pretty much just said like, "Are you really?
Get out."
That's your strategy. That's your strategy for dealing with an enormous demon. You're gonna throw a rock at it."
Mecha demon nonetheless, so
Yeah,
rocks.
exactly. And he's got his Heelys as well. Like, you can't do anything against a man who skates around like that.
Very true,
Did
as
you
we
just
clearly
see?
could see.
Oh god, that was an odd little bit of vision. It looked like Pantheon was just a phantom appearing every now and then.
And apparently the strategy with Pantheon this game is to just ignore bot lane.
And I mean, it's working. Like, they've got a CS lead in
How?
bot. It's not much, but they've got it.
I mean, we wanted to, and they even got the plating against Caitlyn Lux without jungle attention.
That's ridiculous.
That's
What is
really
going
strange.
on?
I guess Zin finally shows us that he's actually not a very good ADC compared to Bikoro. Look at the damage. That was
That
a
was
lot.
pretty nutty. That was a lot. And now
Do you
Paulette
think
lurking in this
he levels Q in this matchup on Kalista? Might be
maybe.
the case, right? Because it's only short
Yeah.
trades.
Yeah.
I
Could
really
do.
want to see what Bikoro
Meliodas
level up, because
is
that
dead.
looked like a Q level 3. The damage at least looked like that.
Ooh, Paulette Hex flashes forward, gets on top of Zin. Meliodas is here. Can he get the Qs out to slow? No, he can't. Big Koro takes a big hit from the thing, but that is the heal already used. The flash comes out from Zin as well. Meliodas now has to run away. Teleport coming in. Kiaya is here. He's in the ult. Paulette should just be the sacrificial lamb. Why are they trying to defend him? They could have just walked away, and now Big Koro is going to go down as well.
Oh, they give the kills to
This is a
Kiaya.
huge
You don't have a
mistake.
revive anymore. Kiaya don't have it.
Yeah, Kiaya. Yeah, slow down. Zeros is here trying to chase down Meliodas. He should be pretty quick on the surfboard, but there's the flash for the flash.
Yeah, a little bit ill-advised. Should not go for the flash there. Just try to force the flash out of Meliodas. Could have probably gotten the flash anyway. Ooh, Levi. Wait, what?
Levi just gets a kill on Ryzo.
That was brutal.
Get out of here, Rise. That was absolutely brutal. What I'm
Kiana, ladies
disappointed
and
about
gentlemen.
is that I'm very disappointed. He missed out one very important Kiana mechanic, which I'll explain just after this, because Paulette coming in here, get on top of Slay. There is the instant detonation onto the Lux. Goodbye. Those are some pointy rocks. But to go back to what I was saying, one very important Kiana mechanic that he did miss is he got a solo kill and then didn't emote. Now, I don't know if you know this, but when Kiana emotes within 10 seconds of getting a kill, she dabs.
Oh,
So
interesting.
you really need to have that mechanic down.
Yeah, probably not too concerned with that one. But look at how they played out this one. Biko, just back off. Biko, what are you doing?
Kara just needed to leave.
And the flash on top of that.
That was awful.
Why have you seen so many bad? Pantheon just died, by the way.
What? I was rubbing my eye. Where? What? How?
Probably tried to tower dive the Caitlyn or something. Not too sure. Wait, Caitlyn used her ult, so it was an ult snipe with a trap hit probably into ult snipe. Interesting. Maybe we get a replay of this very boring kill probably in the bot lane because can't really imagine the Caitlyn doing a whole lot to get the kill. It's Caitlyn in the end. She probably just stood there, slowly auto attacked him to death, and then used her ult.
Yep, probably. But this is a little bit strange. Now Kiaya goes in on Ryzo. Goodbye. Was there a Ryze in top lane?
By the way, Kiaya is an Aatrox squad. We have seen
Yeah,
this time and
he
time again.
absolutely is.
Even in mid lane matchups, he should
Oh,
not
and
win.
Levi just finds Meliodas. He didn't exist.
It's unfair. We can only give one MVP to one of the guys. That's not.
Yeah,
It's really not
exactly.
fair. GAM is. We
What
need
is
two
going?
MVPs per game.
I mean, look, maybe we need 5 or 6 MVPs per
Maybe we
game.
can subtract one MVP from the worst performing player and give two MVPs for the best players. So
Ooh,
Zeros
clever.
loses one MVP this game, and Levi and Kiaya both get one.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely an idea. I'm not 100% sure if that's how that works, but sure, why not? I mean, giving Kiaya Aatrox, you wanted to lose, right?
Yeah.
And you picked a Rise into it. Like that's not a good call.
To be fair to them, they picked the Rise into cannon, right? They picked Renekton
You
into
had to know
Ajax.
you had to know that they just instantly lane swap, right? Ooh, Big Horror taking
Oof.
so much damage. The Lux ult as well. The Caitlyn ult's available, but it'll just hit Palette.
But
But hey, throw it out anyway.
yeah,
God, that's a ult. Oh, Zeros is in a bit of trouble. The wall is out. The Pantheon ult coming in. There's the bot back, and Palette steals it with the ult.
nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Zeros is just there to soak some pressure. 0-3. Very useless on the cannon. Will not get any more useful later on. He's just there to get cooldowns out of the enemy team, and then Levi and Kiaya can come in to kill the enemies. Because Kiaya is worth 3 Zeroses right now, maybe even 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit tricky when you start like multiplying by Zeros. So
that's a good one.
thanks, I'm glad you appreciated it. Ryzo's dead, by the way.
Yeah.
Ryzo's about to get dove. He might not
Never
even
mind.
need well, Levi
Oh.
will just get a nice free kill.
Yeah,
Okay.
Kiaya is very generous today. He could have
Yep.
solo killed him there, but Levi, you're up here. You can have the kill.
Yeah,
I don't. I am 4-0
exactly.
already. Take one.
Yeah, exactly. We gotta share the love, everyone. It's great to see. Real good team spirit. And they tried to start the Rift Herald, but we'll back off there. Levi realized probably not the best idea because Meliodas is still pretty strong.
And to go back to
can
the
join
math joke, as long as he does not secure a kill or assist, it doesn't matter how many deaths he has, right? Because his KD will still be 0. So
Yeah, true. He's 0-3 or I don't know. There's a way to talk his name into 0-3, right? Oh my. Yeah, Zeros is not having a good game, and it just doesn't matter
it
because he has
really does
in the
not
end,
matter at all.
absorbed the pressure. But Slay gets caught out here. This is going to be a lot of damage. But here is Levi.
What?
Sorry, where did Callista go? Did you have a Callista? Zeros
No,
finally
Zeros
gets
got a
killed.
kill.
He actually has. He has a KDA. Oh no! And look at Null, the saddest crocodile. Ooh, actually ends up getting Slay, so at
Poor
least that's a
Slay.
consolation prize. But Zeros with a triple kill now. KDA suddenly looking all right.
Oh, Kiaya.
And Kiaya solo
Oh
kills
my
Razor
God.
again.
Poor Razor.
Sorry.
Poor Razor.
It's weird. I've got this theory of something that could have happened this game. DBL, it's just rumors at this point that they've got this other top laner.
No, I don't think he exists.
Like they've got this other guy that's actually played for them, and instead they're going and bringing a Ryzo who goes 1-5 on Rise and gets solo killed 4 times.
I mean, he's Ryzo. He should play Rise, right? No.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I even heard the rumor that the top laner they apparently have and on the bench is a real top laner, not an ADC.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
great. It sounds great.
look at Levi, what he just did.
This is, by the way,
It's
why I
a
love Kiana in the jungle. She can just look to kill everyone. She does not have to bother killing minions, because those don't matter in the jungle. Poor Slay.
exactly. Yeah. Oof. Not the most deserved triple
Not a
kill ever, but a
oof.
triple kill all the same. Yeah, that was a bit of a look at this. Just
Oof. Did
boom.
not even
Full
need his
thumbs down.
wheelies there to catch up.
Nope. This is just. Oh my
And I
word,
mean, we
DBL.
talked about
What has
GAM's top
happened?
laners jokingly being the best 3 top laners, but looking at the performance from
I
Kiaya, it's
sorry,
probably not a
sorry. Are you
joke.
saying when did we say it jokingly?
Yeah, I mean,
I
Kiaya
wasn't
has not played
joking.
top lane all season. Can you really say he's
He
the best
plays
top
top
laner?
lane champion, and here he is, and Big Cora
What?
stops existing.
I
The
think
wall
Bikor just hits.
swallowed him up.
Bikor just alt F4 after
I mean,
this one.
at this
Like,
point, you're just
doesn't matter,
typing
right?
like you're just GG go next. A
My
waste of time.
God, the poor guy had a great laning phase, and now Kiaya and Levi are just constantly one-shotting him. No chance for him to do anything. Hey, he got to use his ult last time he died, so nice. He saved his support. Would really like to save
Yeah.
himself with that
Wow.
ult. And Zin is there, hard losing lane on Caitlyn Lux, and now 2-0. Better bot lane wins, easy.
Yep, absolutely. Big Coro, absolute trash. Zin is the new top 1 ADC in the league. That's how that works, right? You beat DBL and you're the best at your role.
Yep. I mean, we definitely have the best top laners. I'm not sure who is the best top laner on GAM, but
I don't
whatever.
either.
They are
I've
all
got
on one team,
no
so they are all the
idea.
best top
I
laner.
mean, definitely not Zeros this
I think
game.
it's
It's definitely
Kiaya.
Kiaya. Yeah, I agree. And Paulette should be able to get the stun up here. Can they lock down Zeros? He's got a fair bit of distance to cover, but he goes into Electric Pikachu and, ooh, with the Marshall poise. But no, now Big Coro's dead.
Oh no. Even Slay gets his kill on
Oh,
Bikoro.
no. Oh, man. Big Coro just making sure no one goes hungry tonight. Him and Rizo are the best soup kitchen in the world.
I mean, Raizo has died because he has played bad, and Bikoro just constantly dies because he's just too far behind. It's a little bit sad to see
Yeah.
that.
Big Coro was so desperate to get a kill there.
Yeah. And Slay in the end gets one for himself as well. Nice to see. Slay had a very good Morgana game in game 1. He had some very good bindings on the Lux as well. Most played champ of the season. I don't really think Lux should be played anymore, but whatever. It's
Okay.
GAM. Bot lane doesn't matter. So
Slay is really sick on the champion.
yeah, that's very true.
I think he just plays Morgana though. I think his Morgana's really, really good. I think it was banned this game, so
Yeah,
makes
that
sense.
was good.
Can we see more Levi Kiana though as well?
Yeah,
Because this
please.
has been a slaughter.
Can we see Levi every game? Like Levi is such a great jungler. I love to watch Levi.
Can Levi just play for every team? Can we
Yeah.
perfect floating?
Oh, his path. Like even though he is
Oh,
ganked.
and look at this! Rizo knew he was
Calm
there as
down.
well. He
Calm down.
push.
Even though he has ganked everyone and has been a part of 10 kills of his team's 17 kills, he's still up in CS because he's Levi and he's a god. Like, it seems like he gets
Actually,
double CS for all the jungle camps. How does he do this? Man, the guy lost to the Crux in early game and is still 30 CS up over the enemy jungler, who has insane clear speed, by the way, on Talia. Who is this guy? Why is he so good? Every day? Are you still here?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm here. I'm just stunned.
You're in awe?
silent.
Okay. Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
What is there to say that we haven't already said? This is absolute dismantling. This is just
So,
GAM just
the
saying
next
we're better
time
than you.
we get to see a solo kill for Levi, I want you to shout all the ability names in quick
Oh
succession.
God, Jesus Christ! I've got them open on my other screen, so I'm not going to get them wrong at least. I mean, I don't even know if I can say the words fast enough.
That's why I want to hear it.
I'll do my best. I'll go
Edge
full rap
of what?
god.
Ixtal? Zixtal?
Ixtal.
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 Nice name.
IXTAL. But the thing is, it's Edge of Ixtal, and then once she W's again, it's actually Elemental Wrath. So
Oh
it's got
wow, it
two names.
changes names. Yeah, that's
When she has an element, it's Elemental Wrath. When she
okay.
doesn't have an element, it's Edge of Ixtal.
That makes sense. Makes sense. Not
That
great
was
for
actually.
play-by-play casters, but it makes sense.
You need to say Q.
What is the
Everyone
W12
knows
again?
what you mean. Terra Shape.
That's a cool name.
That is
Audacity,
cool.
Terra Shape, Supreme Display of
And Edge.
Talent.
She's got some good ability
She
names. Her
is.
aesthetic is pretty solid.
Oh, by
And
the way, there is
no.
the most Audacity in this game definitely is on the enemy mid laner, because Null has gone first item, Spear of Shojin.
What? Has Nor just accepted defeat?
I
Then?
think so. I think everyone has
He's
accepted
only
defeat. We had a 10k gold lead at 20
1.
minutes. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Zeros goes in on Rizo. Here comes
oh no,
Levi.
oh no.
Going over. Audacity's in, throws out that Elemental Wrath, but can't quite get anything. And now Meliodas is in a lot of trouble. Levi goes over the wall and just gets bopped straight back. No, thank you. But Slay with the blind Q knew his distances, did the maths, and
Zin is like,
picks up
do
that
I need this
kill.
flash? I'm an ADC, so I need to hold on the
I mean,
flash for the team fights, right? Ah, never mind. You're
does
10k
he?
gold ahead. Nope, I don't need
Does
that
he
one.
need to hold on to it? Like,
I
let's
need
be
this
real.
kill.
Zin is having a fine game, but Zin doesn't matter.
No.
Team fights are
Does
not going to last long enough.
Kiaya and Levi could probably 2v5 at this point.
Oh my god, there's the supreme display of
definitely
talent and the finish. Goodbye, Big Coro. He's now 0-5. Rizo is 1-7.
Hey, he got to
It's
click
weird.
his heal. Next time he might be able to
Yeah.
click his flash. Don't think it will matter, but
I mean, it's really one thing that I am actually really happy of the VCS is they lived up to their promise of that silver team that won a competition to come play against GAM. So they actually just filled in for DBL, evidently.
Yeah, certainly looks that way. Meliodas.
I mean, they don't look good, do they? And Baron now secured.
They look pretty shit. I think Meliodas has overperformed compared to expectations on this very weird jungle pick, but everyone else.
Yeah, he got fed early.
Not so much. 503 for Kiaya, 8-1 and 4 for Levi. And I really wanted to give this MVP to Kiaya because he had an outstanding early game, but looking at what Levi has done with the rest of the game, it's very hard to give it over to Kiaya.
Unless Kiaya is about to absolutely go ham, you can't ignore this, right? Speaking of going ham, he's going to try and kill Nort. But the crocodile slips away. So, Zeros! Being Zeros, he fires himself in. There's the Audacity. And he uses the Terra Shape to get some distance. I'm watching purely Levi because you've challenged me now. And then goes in with the Elemental Wrath, goes into the Audacity as well, uses the Terra Shape, and the second Q to finish it off. But Zin is the one that gets the kill. It's hard. Those are hard.
Yeah, I think you passed our test. You don't have to do that again.
I'm so glad. Thank you very much. But this is just now the game finally ending. This is sad. You know, buffalo normally are very strong creatures. They're considered one of the 5 most dangerous animals in Africa. Buffaloes are in there, but
really?
These don't look particularly scary. Yep. The big 5 of Africa includes buffaloes because they will kill you.
I mean, they are big and they are strong. So even though they don't want to eat you, they are probably still able to kill you.
Yeah, it's interesting because I went to Africa a few years ago. It was really nice. The big 5 was originally a hunting term. It was like you don't mess with these animals because you'll die.
Yeah, makes sense. What are the big 5? Lions?
Lions, buffalo, hippos.
Really?
Leopards and elephant. Yeah, hippos will kill you.
No crocodiles?
No. Hippos are way more dangerous than crocodiles because crocodiles live in mostly clear water, so you can see them.
Oh, interesting.
And also, when a crocodile bites you, because they're meat eaters, right? They'll bite you and rip a chunk out, but then they'll go chew that chunk, and you might bleed to death, but you at least have a chance. Yeah, not
So
great, but you
they'll
have a
only eat
chance,
one arm,
right?
and you're still alive
But
afterwards.
but you
Nice.
might live. A hippo has flat teeth because they're designed to eat plants, so they'll grab onto you and then hold you and grind you. The
Yeah.
hippos are horrible creatures. Do not screw with hippos.
Oh, I would have thought they would not be interested in even messing with
Oh,
humans.
if you come into their territory, I mean, they're not going to chase you down or anything like that. But they are surprisingly fast.
Oh,
This is the
throws
last
in.
ditch effort here from Paulette. Throws in. Then Kiai has already gotten one, but I thought that was Levi dying, but of course it wasn't.
No, Levi killed
Levi
there.
picking up the kill. He gets a double. Slay with the ult to try and get something onto Rise there, but nope, Kiai will claim that one as well. Null is the last man standing, desperately trying to do something.
Nice. They gave it over to the
Zeros is in the
auto attack
base.
from Lux. That is disrespect. Just let him die to the auto attack of your support, Lux. What a
Yeah.
game. What an absolute stomp from GAM.
Uh,
They are the best team in the VCS. Change my mind. I don't think you
it's
can.
not even a discussion.
No, I don't
It's
think
not
it
even.
is. What? They just styled on them. Oh, and now focus your eyes on Zeros. How are they reacting to Zeros? Okay, no hugs. Oh, actually, a hug with Big Kuro. Nice to see.
Yeah,
Seems to be on fine terms with the players at least, even though he's not on too great terms with the organization, from what I've heard.
yeah. I'm sure they're not particularly happy about
Oh,
losing him.
that green pants. Get out, Zeros. Get
Yeah.
out. That looks very bad.
Oh my word. There's very little we can say about this series other than GAM is the best team in the VCS.
Yeah, what a stomping. Like, we were, at least I thought GAM looked very weak against F2B, and they trolled a
Yeah.
lot. They almost lost 2 games against them. But I guess they were just sandbagging, because today they were on form, and they absolutely rolled over DBL, especially in game 2. What a performance.
Just oh my word. Like, how do you again, I think I said this in our last cast. GAM often plays to the level of their opponents. And sometimes they look a little bit silly against teams like FTV. But then they go up against a good team and they do that.
Did they go up against a good team? Not too sure about that.
For the VC, yeah, they're meant to be a good team. But
Even for the VCS, I think right now DBL is not that great a team. Um,
yeah, I mean, with Kaido, they looked a little bit better,
They went
but we'll have
0-4 this week, by the way. 0-4 for
really
DBL.
badly. Yeah, I mean, they are legitimately in danger of not making playoffs. It's an outside chance, but the fact that it's a chance at all after their domination last split is insane.
Yeah, let's check the schedule for EVOS.
Before we move on to
EVOS and
thinking
DBL.
about EVOS and that, before we move on to that, as
Yeah.
we will, if something is to talk about, lock in Levi MVP.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He is on a run right now. This was his 6th MVP, so he's very, very quickly catching up to the top. Artifact is still sitting at 8, so he needs a few more. But if he continues to play like this, I think Evo, he definitely is our top MVP contender.
Yeah.
So DBL will play. Let's check. They played against GAM, and afterwards they played against Cerberus and F2E. So should be an easy week next week. That's very sad for EVOS. EVOS plays against Cerberus themselves on the last day, and they also get to challenge GAM. So I mean, mathematically it's possible for EVOS, but it's probably not. They have
Yeah.
to win against GAM. They need DBL to lose to Cerberus and FTV, which is
All
very
right.
unlikely. So
Can you imagine? Can you imagine a world where Zeros says to the guys on GAM, "Look, I've got some hard feelings to DBL. Let's throw against EVOS." I would
no,
never
that
accuse them.
would give him a ban for the
I would.
postseason, though.
That would potentially give the entire organization a ban because you should never. You can
So,
troll a game, but don't intentionally throw.
and
Because
in
it
the
would
end,
be
GAM
really.
gets banned from playoffs, and DBL and EVOS get to playoffs anyway. That would be something.
Yeah, not going to happen, of course, but just funny to think about.
No, I think
Um,
realistically, DBL is probably still locked for players, but even then, only top two gets to Worlds, and right now they are looking like the clear worst team in playoffs, maybe even worse than EVOS. I'd say if EVOS played DBL today, EVOS would
I
probably
would
come
back
in as a
it.
favorite.
I'd agree with that. They have not looked good. They really, really have not looked good. And I don't know how they fix it because the problems seem to be pretty deep rooted in the org. If they're not playing Kaido, whoever's making that decision is an absolute fool. Um,
Yeah, we just
what is
looked
there
at the
to even
schedule, and
say?
maybe if they secure a win against F2B and secure playoffs by winning over F2B, sub in someone for Null, let him have a little bit of time off before players, and let him get back to form, because they need Null in top form to contest for VCS title. Right now, he's heavily underperforming. Top lane is a problem, but if top lane and mid lane is a problem, you can't do anything.
Yeah, it's just you need good solo lanes, especially in the VCS, and they don't have them. Their bot lane is fine, but
It's not enough anymore. Uh,
it's not. No.
it really is not. So this was a surprisingly quick series. Probably we will probably hit a 1 hour and 20-minute break, and then come back for
Yeah.
the last series of the whole week, which will be Flash against QG. One QG is out of players already, but they can
But
help GAM a lot. If they win
very
against
true.
Flash, GAM is in sole position of first place. That would help GAM a lot. So we'll have to see if Flash shows up and shows us that they are the second best team in the VCS, or if QG can do anything against that.
Yep. Yeah, I mean that'll be interesting. I'd love to see QG show up and perform today. I'd like to see a bit of a closer series, otherwise we might be left a little bit wanting after today. But oh well, we will see you in nearly 2 hours, unfortunately.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us for the first series. It was a lot of fun, and we'll be back right on time for the second one. See you in an hour and a little bit. Grab something to eat. Get comfortable, because we are here for the last day, week 6 in the BCS.